Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm back. I was supposed to record a video on Sunday, but I kind of forgot. No, I didn't forget. I was burnt to a crisp and just couldn't make a video. I didn't get to recording until like midweek, and then I decided, hey, I'm gonna do a bigger kind of update on Sunday instead, so that I keep on with my Sunday uploads, because I thought that would be a good thing. What do you think? What do you think? It's been 2 weeks, and I thought we start from last week, go forward, kind of talking about what I've done both with my side hustles, with my main hustle, talk about my health, because it is a part of my life, but kind of the positive parts. But still, it has been kind of slowing me down these past 2 weeks, so it needs a mention. And also, I've taken a bunch of decisions in my life when it comes to side hustles and such, and I thought I'd talk about that towards the end of the video. I'm also going to talk a little bit about weight loss and about my new way of trying to get that to work. So you're in for a long video. You're in for a long video. But I'm sitting here on my balcony. It is really hot here in Sweden. Well, you wouldn't say it's hot, because I think it's like 22-23 degrees Celsius outside, which isn't that hot, but because Sweden doesn't have a high humidity, we have extremely low humidity, so we have very dry heat, and then it is hot. It's super hot, kind of hiding inside. Also, we don't have ACs in our apartments. It's not something that comes with the house or anything. We do have 2 fans that we have bought for this apartment, and we have every window and door that is possible to be opened. So yeah, but it's hot here. It's hot here. So I thought I'd put you out here, even though it's gonna be a little bit noisy, a little bit echoey, because we don't have that much fabric in here. There will be people going on outside, and you will hear them. And we have the motorway just next to us that also will give off sound. Sorry about that. One day I'm gonna be rich enough to be able to buy a mic for all of this. One day. But yeah, so let's start from Monday 2 weeks ago. I left you on Sunday. On Monday, I had my Iventful treatment. Iventful is a migraine treatment specifically for people with complex migraines that can't be helped with other medications. I have tried, I think, 14-16 different kind of antidepressants, kind of calming medications, different kind of medications that are supposed to help reduce pain. A lot of people that have things like fibromyalgia actually goes on antidepressants, not because they are depressed, but because the medication in itself are targeting some things in your brain, which means that you will have reduced pain. However, this doesn't work for me because I get pretty sick from medications. So I got to try the Iventful recently. Like, I think it's been a year. It's been a couple months at least, and maybe November or something I started with it. It is a syringe that I take myself every 4 weeks. I get migraines from it, but it reduces my migraines very much. So I live with that I do have 3 to 5 days afterwards that I have a heightened migraine. Also, I have my Botox treatment, because I double treatment for my migraine because it's so intense. 2 to 5 attacks a day if I'm not treated. That is coming up this Friday, so my migraines are a little bit iffy. The next 2 weeks before treatment, I have a lot of more migraines, sadly, but that's how it is. I would say most of last week actually got side hustle free just due to those migraines. However, I did have a couple of orders that I did pack and get out. I make sure to do those. They always goes first for anything. I got fed up with all the pain on Wednesday and like, sod it, if I'm gonna be in pain, I can be in more pain, so I am gonna have a sandwich. So I had a sandwich. I was really disappointed. It wasn't as good as I was hoping it would be, and then I spent Thursday in real agony pain in my tummy. So no more sandwiches. That's clear. That's clear, no more sandwiches. I had to take the day off on Thursday. However, I worked in those hours and the upcoming week, so technically I don't have any sick days. Because I was able to put in those hours this week, and even if I hadn't been on sick leave on Thursday, I would have needed to put in those hours on this week, so that was okay. But I got through the week, I got through my main gig, but as I said, side gigs was kind of pushed to the side because I just didn't have the energy. Last weekend, me and Christopher went out to my parents. They live in the archipelago. When my mum turned 60, the children, me and my 2 siblings, decided that we are going to give you something that you really want, and that is an enclosure to be able to plant stuff. However, due to circumstances, that just haven't been something we have been able to do. Apparently it's like 3 years ago we gave her that as a present, but we did go in and we did help her. Not only did we buy the material, but we also built the enclosure. The enclosure is to keep the deer out in the archipelago. There's a lot of deer and they eat all my mum's flowers and vegetables, and she gets sad, so now she has a big enclosure where she can plant loads of things and don't have to worry about them. However, it was the start of the summer here in Sweden. It was one of the first really warm, really sunny days. Being out in the archipelago, you have that breeze coming in all the time, so I kind of forgot about the sun. And when I woke up, or when I got home at like 10 in the evening that night, and I changed into my beddings, I was like a cooked crawfish, like red. And it's taken actually all the way now to today, which is Sunday the next week, to get it low enough so it isn't heat coming from my arms, and I'm starting to lose a lot of skin. So yeah, I had a severe burn. However, I want to see the positives in that, and that is, when I was diagnosed with lupus in 2013, I was told that you have lupus, so you have photosensitivity, so you should stay out of the sun. And then they put me on Plaquenil, which is medication that's supposed to help with lupus. However, I can't eat the medications, and apparently most of the symptoms that they thought was the lupus messing with me was the Plaquenil. So I've been experimenting gradually, very carefully with the sun to see if I can handle it. This was not planned to be out in the sun this much and get that coloring, but the fun thing about it is that I didn't have any lupus flares so far. I'm gonna have to measure it for a couple of weeks, couple of months forward, but so as it looks right now, the lupus didn't flare out because of the sun, and then I can be more in the sun and I can maybe get more of those D vitamins and I can feel a little bit better. So yay me, even though it hurt for a long time. This past week I have worked a lot. I have worked more hours than I usually do, both because I needed to work those hours in, but also because we had a lot to do. So I ended up not having time for any kind of side hustles. However, I did start a new cross-stitch project instead. When I work that much, I need to sit in the sofa much more to kind of recharge, and cross-stitching is part of that. And I have been very concentrated on one project alone, and that has been envy. However, I came to a point where it's not giving me joy anymore, and I think for my sanity's sake I needed to give me joy. So I'm taking a break and I'm doing some smaller cross-stitching projects, some secret projects. You can follow the kind of how it's going on my Instagram. What I'm gonna use it for is going to be a secret so far. We'll see. I'll tell you later. But during these, and that's kind of been my weeks. We had the weekend off Also Friday off because it is midsummer and we celebrate midsummer here in Sweden. However, me and Christopher decided not to go out and celebrate and just take it easy and spend time together and just relax, and that is what I have done. I basically staged most of the time. There's a few things though that is a little bit exciting. Me and Christopher has been walking almost every day. Every evening we go out on a walk, and previously our walks maybe have been about a kilometer and a half, but for the last 2 weeks or something we have been taking 5 to 6 kilometers walks every day, and it's starting to show on my body. It's starting to show on my fat percentage on my scale, which really makes me happy. I've been fighting with my weight for a very long time, for the past few years. All the medications I've been eating and all the hormonal changes due to the hyperprolactinemia, I have put on a lot of weight, and I have come to a point where my body really needs to lose some of that, and it's starting. I think I shed about 1 kilo in the last 2 weeks, which is just awesome. I am adding some dietary things to that. Last time I weighed this much was when I was like 27, 26, 27, maybe 25 even. But anyhow, the way I shed that weight was through diet shakes. And last time I looked into diet shakes, all of them had soy or pea proteins, which I am highly allergic to. However, I found one that has milk proteins, and I'm lactose intolerant, but I'm not protein intolerant. So I tried it. It seems to work. It does have some sweeteners, but not the sweeteners that I super react to. So what I have done is I've started to eat some shakes and some bars in combination with actually having proper dinners, still eating proper food, just not all meals, and that it seems to help. It helps me keep the calories down and still get enough to feel full. That has been a problem for me throughout the last, I think, 6 months to a year, is that whenever I try to reduce my calories, I have not been able to keep full, which meant I started to snack because I need to get something in me, and ended up kind of passing those calories all the time because those snacks I just needed them. Mentally it wouldn't have worked. Right now I have been eating shakes for a week and a half. I don't snack at all anymore. I have reduced my coffee intake to 1 coffee a day, which is like, I had 4 coffees a day. It's just mind-blowing that not being hungry anymore, making that possible. I'm not gonna live on shakes for the rest of my life. The idea is to eat shakes for 2 to 3 months together with my ordinary dinners. I eat ordinary food at dinner, and reduce my size on my tummy, because that is basically what you do. You eat smaller portions with these, still keeping hungry, which or feeling the feeling of being fed. So in a couple of months time I can go back to normal food because I will feel full faster. That's the idea. Also, I'm going to need to kind of go through more what kind of food I can eat when I get back to proper food all the time. So, but yeah, it's super good. It's super awesome. I'm feeling really energized and happy about it. I have more energy, and we can take these long walks without me totally breaking down, which also is good. I am looking forward to keeping this up for a couple more months, and we'll see where I will be then. With all of these walks, me and Christopher have been able to talk a lot more because we don't have the TV or the mobile phones or whatever that is distracting us. So we are having these long, deep conversations when we're out walking, and we have taken some kind of big life decisions. Nothing negative, nothing. We're staying together. We're staying in this apartment, but we kind of have bigger plans in the future, in the more closer future than we had before, which feels super great. I need change. I'm a nomadic person. I have my tools to keep me being able to stay in one place and still being able to feed that nomadic feeling that I need. Like, for example, I have chosen to go with a job where I need to learn new things all the time, and that is because I knew that if I didn't, I would want to change jobs every 1 to 2 years because I would get bored, because that is how I am as a person. And our trips to Florida has helped me in that, but doing with the COVID, we don't have any plans to travel in the near future. I think that has been kind of chewing at me a little bit, and now we have more future plans, and they are making me all energetic and happy about life again. I don't know, you might notice a theme. I'm feeling happy. But also I'm taking some very big decisions, or they might not seem big, but they're big for me because it's closing a door that I've been trying to open for a couple of years, and realizing that I need to close it completely. So I am going to close Coffee and Planners, my sticker shop that never took off because I never had time to make the products. I tried a couple of weeks ago to like take time just to get stuff in there and see if I can get it rolling, and I'm gonna be honest, having the small amount of time, I need to choose just a couple of few things that I am going to do and just do them, and then just discard all of my other things at this moment. So we have been talking about that a lot, and Coffee and Planners have been one of those things that I really wanted to see if I can get going, but I don't have the energy, and I do not want to close the other things I have gone. So it was just kind of weighing them to each other, and yeah, Coffee and Planners is going to be closed completely. I'm not going to put it on vacation mode. I'm actually going to close the store completely. It's not going to exist anymore on Etsy because I don't have the time, I don't have the energy, and I can't try to, I don't want to, like, I can't close Dyeworks. I love my other Etsy store. I don't want to close down Craftable Creations, which I love making videos for, and because I have been so scattered, I just haven't had time and energy to do that. So that was a big decision. It's a very sad decision because that means that my dreams of owning a planner shop is kind of closing the door right now. That doesn't mean that I wouldn't be able to pick it up in the future, but that would mean that to get something going, to see if a business actually is a valid business, from opening it usually takes about 2 years before it's kind of running itself. And by closing this now means that if I want to have that store in 2 years time, I am going to have to start putting down the work then and have a store up and running in like 4 years. And it's a lot of thoughts and things, but I think it's for the best. That also means that I'm actually going to close down the Instagram because I have too many Instagram accounts. That's just how it is. I can't even add any new Instagram accounts anymore. That's just how it is. It's a good decision. It's a good decision though. And for me, it's a big decision. It might not feel like a big decision to anyone else because, well, you hardly had it open. You haven't had any sales. But it's something I actually put a lot of time into. I put a lot of designing time into it. I put a lot of those things in it. And not having it come off the ground feels a little bit sad. but I also know that I need to put a lot more time in it to get it off the ground, and I'd rather put that into things that can actually have the potential of having a better, a higher outcome. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, those are the things that has been happening in my life for the past 2 weeks. So even though I haven't been able to keep up with the 100 days thing, I still have done big things in my life in the past 2 weeks, and I'm hoping to continue to doing big things every week coming forward. I want to say thank you so much for watching and listening to me babble on. I would love if you shared anything you have done these 2 weeks to further yourself. That would be awesome. I love being inspired by other people, and that is why I'm making these videos, in the hopes that I might be able to inspire other people the way I get inspired by other people. Yeah, you understand. But anyhow, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for being a part of this channel and being a part of my videos. I am looking forward to sharing more things with you, and hopefully sharing it more often, especially during my vacation that is coming up in August. But yeah, thank you again, and I'll see you later. Bye.